Hey folks, Michael here with BreathTap Wellness, and we are going to be tapping on the imposter syndrome today. So this is a very interesting concept, and it affects just about everybody. In my own personal experience and the people I've worked with and the people I know, I would say it probably affects 99% of the people out there. But there is some research and studies that have shown of successful people who've already experienced some level of success in life in their career, that at least 70% of them have experienced the imposter syndrome, right? So what is the imposter syndrome? So the imposter syndrome is this persistent belief in a lack of intelligence, skill, or competence. And it's this continual doubt, this self-doubt. Even if you've experienced success, even tremendous success in your career, your relationships, whatever, it's this doubt that you will continue to have success or that you can repeat that success. So there's a lot of different variables that kind of play into this phenomenon, this imposter syndrome phenomenon, and it affects people from all walks of life. The guy and girl next door, even the people who seem very confident and competent, a lot of times have a significant amount of self-doubt. Sometimes people experience on a daily basis, other times people are experiencing it only after they've had some sort of success, right? Or they've progressed in life. So it's very interesting. And the problem is a lot of people hold themselves back. They procrastinate. They put things off. They don't give themselves credit. They don't. They maybe get to a certain level and they won't go beyond that because of this imposter syndrome. So it's really anchored in this underlying belief of doubt, this fear of failure, a fear of success, a fear of exposure, a fear of rejection and judgment, right? There's so many different aspects of it. And so if you're experiencing imposter syndrome, you may be experiencing certain aspects of it. It may be certain parts of your life. It may be your career, your relationships, or it might just be this overall feeling all the time that you have, right? So it could be affecting people in different ways, but it tends to affect everyone at some level, whether they admit it or not. So maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it, but maybe it's resonating with you. So if you ever had feelings like, oh, I got lucky this time, like I got lucky, I got the job, right? Or I got lucky that in this relationship with this person, right? I might not be able to do that again, right? This kind of this feeling of not giving yourself credit, right? Like it was all luck, being at the right place at the right time. Or even feelings like, who do I think I am, right? Who do I think I am to get paid this much money? Or who do I think I am to have this wonderful job where I have all this autonomy and freedom and I get paid lots of money, right? A lot of people experience that doubt, right? Like, what if they find me out? What if they figure out I'm not as competent and skilled and confident as they think I am, right? What happens when they figure me out? That's the imposter syndrome. Now, like I said, the imposter syndrome affects everyone, probably your neighbors, your family members, your husband, your wives, your children, your boss, right? It affects everyone at some level, usually. Some famous people who have experienced this, who have openly admitted to it, would be people like Jodie Foster, Tom Hanks, Lady Gaga. So with the imposter syndrome, no matter what you accomplish, right? No matter how far you get in life with ideas or business or career or relationships, you have this deep down conviction that you're this imposter, that you're a fake, that you're a fraud, that you're just getting by, and that you're lucking out along the way, and that sooner or later someone's going to figure it out, right? That's how it just perpetuates into the future, and a lot of people experience it their entire lives. So for the tapping session, we're going to generalize imposter syndrome. Now with something like this, you could really dive in specifically on certain aspects of imposter syndrome. So I would highly recommend doing this general tapping session first, really feeling it out, and then maybe on your own start to go after those specific aspects that you feel coming up. Maybe there's certain words or phrases that we use that really resonate with you. Or you could work with a coach, right? That's what I do. I help people really pinpoint the issues, the aspects, and eliminate them, collapse them, and put something else in there that's more positive and empowering, right? So we're going to be using a variety of different words and phrases, so see which ones resonate with you and what comes up during this tapping session. So one other important point when it comes to the imposter syndrome, and this is from Valerie Young. She has this amazing book called The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women. It's all about the imposter syndrome. Now, obviously this is directed at women, but this book's written for anyone, men or women, and she specifically states that in here. But it's really powerful, the detail she goes into here. So shout out to Valerie Young. That's a great book about the imposter syndrome. Now, one important point that she made about this that I want you to maybe write down and just be aware of is this: how you define and experience competence, success, and failure has everything to do with how confident and competent you feel. So you might want to write that down, right? Because in order to make any sort of progress with the imposter syndrome, you have to change your mindset and your perspective, because your perspective is everything. What you perceive to be true is going to be true for you. If you truly believe you're an imposter, that's how you're going to see yourself, right? Even if people see you differently. So you really have to adjust that perspective and that mindset. And that's why we're going to do EFT, because EFT is very powerful for instilling new thought patterns, collapsing old negative thought patterns, letting go of these subconscious beliefs that are deeply instilled in our subconscious mind, in our body, right? And a lot of these feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt really probably come from experiences in our childhood. We may not even be aware of them, but they're there, and it's time to get rid of them. So let's start tapping, baby. Okay, let's start with a deep abdominal breath. We're gonna do 3 of these, so just do it at your own pace, nice and deep through the nose into the abdominal region first, and then followed by filling up of the chest, and then slowly let it out the same way, right out through the abdominal region and then out from the chest, right? Just make it a wave of breath. So let's go ahead and begin 3 deep breaths on your own, and let's just get grounded. That's 2 for me. I'm going to do 1 more deep breath to make 3. Getting nice and grounded. It's time to show up for yourself. Make some changes here. Let's make some shifts in the mindset and perspective of who you are, who you want to be. Let's start tapping on the karate chop point here. So just follow along with me. Tap where I tap, repeat after me. Let's begin. Even though I'm dealing with this concept known as imposter syndrome, I feel like a sham, like a fake, like an imposter. And sooner or later, they're going to figure me out. I choose to love, honor, and accept myself right now. And even though I have all this self-doubt, I doubt my competence, I doubt my intelligence, I even doubt my skills. And sooner or later, everyone's going to figure it out. That's scary. I don't like the way that feels. Everyone's going to figure me out. And I choose to love, honor, and accept myself right now. And even though I'm having all these feelings of inadequacy, I'm just not good enough. And somehow I've gotten by. But what happens when they figure me out? That I'm a fraud, a fake. I choose to love, honor, and accept myself right now. Okay, let's go to the eyebrow point. I feel like a sham. I feel like a fraud. Who am I to be where I'm at? Who am I to have this job that I have, this career that I have, to get paid this amount of money? Who do I think I am? And what's going to happen when they figure me out? What's going to happen when they figure out I'm not as smart as they think I am? What's going to happen when they find out that I'm just a sham? All this self-doubt, all this inadequacy, all of this fear. I've gotten lucky in life. I've been at the right place at the right time. I've had some success, but there's definitely no repeating that. I mean, who do I think I am to be here? I don't belong here. They don't realize I'm not as smart as they think I am. I've essentially pulled the wool over their eyes this time. I've gotten lucky. But what happens when they figure it out? They're going to reject me. They're going to judge me. They're going to point out all of my inadequacies, and I known all along that that was true for me. And they're going to figure that out. And then what? What am I going to do when they figure that out? That's a scary feeling. When everybody figures out that I'm just a fraud, a sham, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. All this fear, all of this fear, fear of rejection, fear of inadequacy, fear of success, and ultimately, fear of exposure. What's going to happen when I'm exposed and everybody knows how inadequate I truly am? I got lucky. But they're going to figure it out. What if they figure it out? What will I do then? I just feel stuck. I definitely don't want to expose myself. I don't want them to figure this out, so I need to play it small from now on. I need to be insignificant and small from now on. Keep myself hidden away so nobody knows how inadequate I truly am. Because I've gotten lucky up to this point. And if they figure me out, it's all over. The cat will be out of the bag. and they'll realize how much of a sham I really am. This lack of confidence and all this fear, all of this self-doubt, and all of this inadequacy in body, mind, heart, and spirit. Okay, take a nice deep breath and let it go. Okay, so we did a few rounds there. We've touched on many different aspects of the imposter syndrome, so I'm curious what came up for you. Feel free to leave a comment below and take note of what came up for you. You may have had certain memories come up, maybe certain phrases or words that I used really rang true and resonated with you. Take note of those, and that'll really help you get to the underlying issue that you need to collapse, right? So hopefully that generalized tapping session helped you relieve some of the stress around this, and maybe you did feel some shifts, and maybe you will notice moving forward that you feel a little bit different. Something like this, sometimes it takes a little bit of tapping, multiple tapping rounds and sessions to really pinpoint some of the underlying specific issues or fears that are kind of supporting that imposter syndrome and keeping it active in your physiology and your mind. But yeah, feel free to continue using this general tapping session for the imposter syndrome and see if you can collapse some of those underlying issues so that you too can be free of the shackles of feeling like a sham, like a fraud, like a fake, and realize how powerful you truly are, how skilled and intelligent you truly are. A lot of times we just don't give ourselves the credit, and we don't trust that the people who we're working with or who have hired us or who've gone into business with us, we're not giving them credit either, right? They're just as intelligent, and we're not giving them credit for seeing something special inside of us. So it's great if other people can see our brilliance, our intelligence, our creativity, whatever. But it's really us that needs to see it first, right? It's us that needs to recognize the brilliance, the intelligence, the confidence, the power, the creativity, the love, right, that underlies who we are, and realize that we truly are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. We're more intelligent and skilled than we give ourselves credit for. And it's time to break free from that. So keep tapping. If you have any questions, reach out to me. If you're interested in working with a coach, this is the type of stuff I really like to work with people on and help collapse those issues and really pinpoint the specific aspects that underlie some of these things like imposter syndrome. So hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Thanks.